Welcome back from spring break. I hope it was restful for you. It's not been so much for me. What I want to do is walk you through a couple of things you're going to need to learn to try and navigate through the course. And now we're going online. When you open up your course, it's going to open up to the Start Here page, and in the Start Here page, give you a nice welcome message and talk about some of the stuff we're going to do. Uh, there are new modules showing up over here in the left-hand launch pad. If you click on resources, that's what was showing back before we broke for spring break. I'm not sure how much of that we're going to keep using. I suspect almost none of it. Going back to the Start Here page, right underneath that is the coronavirus online modules, okay? Click on that, and what you'll see is a page with online module 1. That's the one that starts at 12:01 a.m. on Monday, which is roughly 5 hours from now, although it'll be available as soon as I can get it posted. There are going to be a total of 5 modules that we're going through. Module 2 doesn't have anything in it because I got to see how far we get through Module 1. If you click up here where it says Online Module 1, that's a link, takes you to the module page. Each of the module pages start out with an overview. Our overview tells us that the goal here is to bring you up to speed on where you should be at this point in the course. The start for some of you got a lot rougher than perhaps it ought to be. The learning objectives for this course, first of all, you need to be able to define all the key terms from the book and apply the accounting concepts that you've already been taught. We want to explain some of the valuation practices, review a common size income statement. That's some of the stuff covered in chapter 4, and a little bit more in chapter 5. We want to describe the general purpose behind internal controls and be able to talk about the bank reconciliation process. Accountants do bank reconciliation. The rest of us just need to know what they're doing and why they're doing it. All right, graded assessments. You're going to have 3 quizzes this week. A quiz on chapter 4, quiz on chapter 5, quiz on chapter 6, and a discussion board. If you go down here to the bottom, there's a link to the, for instance, chapter 4 quiz. At the begin, there's 7 questions. You can figure that out. Read the instructions. It works a little different for me because as an instructor, I don't really get to take the quizzes the same way you do. All right, the quizzes are due no later than 11:59 Thursday. That should be saying Friday and Saturday. I'll update that between now and then, or now and when you actually watch the video. And there's a discussion board. If you've never done a discussion board, that's what I want to walk you through. There's a link to the discussion board in here, which has the same instructions that if you go to the discussion board, you ought to see. To do the discussion board, create a thread, and in the thread, when you hit create a thread, you'll see all this other stuff. If you get down into here, this is where, after you've read the instructions, watch these 2 videos. They're relatively short, about 11 minutes between them, and then put something in the subject line, like this is my thoughts on DB01. And then in here, you'll actually type up your thoughts, 250 to 500 words, basically the 3 cool things from those videos. Cool thing 1, I think that common size is the way to evaluate stuff. Now, I expect you to write more than this. And anyway, when you hit the submit button, once you submit that, you'll actually be able to see what everybody else submitted. If you haven't submitted anything yet, you ain't going to see nothing until you do. Follow the instructions, because after this, after other people have had a chance to post, I want you to go in there and reply. To reply, you click on what somebody's already published in here, and then you hit the reply. Great thoughts from a great professor. Okay, so you can see if I've typed in that, I'm not going to get any points for that. That's because that's just fluff. What I expect y'all to do is comment on what each other are posting in a thoughtful manner, 150 to 250 words. This first one's going to be crap because y'all aren't going to do a good job. Some of you will, most of you won't. Once we get you up to speed on what you need to be doing, then hopefully we'll get a little bit better response from you for the other discussion boards going forward. Hit the submit button and you'll be able to see all the other stuff in here. Okay, so that is, in a nutshell, how you get your discussion board up and running. If you wanted to look at your grades, you can do My Grades. It'll show you what you've got so far. All right. If you want to go directly to the discussion board, you can click on the discussion board. It'll take you here, so you can actually read the instructions and see what you're supposed to do. All right. That's enough for, oops, didn't want to do that. That's enough for the introductory video. I hope we all have a high on this and finish up strong.